Hey everybody, this is your Crisis in Donovia mission brief. Before we get started and jump into the context of the scenario, I just want to quickly talk about what is Crisis in Donovia. So Crisis in Donovia is a tank sim holiday event. It's a cooperative mini operation hosted by the Tank Sim Discord with participation from a number of folks from across other virtual units and other communities. It's going to be conducted over 4 days from the 26th to the 29th of December. And it'll focus on a single operation that will be played in 4 phases. It's a cross-platform operation, meaning it'll be played across different games. In this case, we'll be using DCS, Steel Beasts, and Easy Red 2. What makes this operation unique versus just a routine or regular mission is that there's persistent and transferable results between missions. For example, if an F-18 is shot down on mission 1 on the 26th, that F-18 is no longer in the order of battle or force pool for blue forces to use for mission 2. Alternatively, if we are able to destroy a company of enemy armor on day 1, by day 3 when we attack using Steel Beasts, that enemy company will not be in the game. So there's cause and effect and persistence between scenarios. Overall, for the scenario we're facing, the current situation is that in the last 72 hours, Donovian forces have attacked across the international boundary into Atropia. Their attack, led by the 80th Mechanized Infantry Division, was able to advance 60 kilometers into Atropia and seize a vital airfield at Beslan. Their lead element, the 801st Mechanized Brigade, is currently defending the Beslan airport while it prepares for further offensive operations into Atropia. The Atropian army is in disarray and are quickly rallying combat power to re-establish security and counterattack the Beslan airfield. Meanwhile, a US-led Combined Joint Task Force has just arrived, which includes elements of a composite air group and ground forces from the US 18th Airborne Corps. A look at our enemy, the 801st Mechanized Infantry Brigade. So the 801st consists of 3 MIBINs, or Mechanized Infantry Battalions, which have 3 companies of BMP-2s as well as a company of T-90 tanks. The 801st also has a reconnaissance company that consists of 9 BMP-3s, as well as organic field artillery and air defense battalions, which consists of 18 2S-19s, an SA-6 battery, and several SA-19 air defense systems that will be distributed among the MIBINs. The 801st also has an attached airborne company that was used to seize the Beslan airfield in the first few hours of the fight. That company is still there defending, and they're now attached to the 801st. They include 9 BMD-2s as well as dismounted infantry. The 801st is also supported by a fighter company that consists of 6 Su-30s, and you can see the armament there below them. And then finally, it's also augmented with an attack aviation company of 4 Mi-24s. This is the current disposition of the 801st. They're set in an area defense with 3 MIBINs south of the Beslan airfield and a screen from their reconnaissance company further to the south along the Flot. The 801st Air Defense Battalion is positioned near the Beslan airfield and is providing cover for the entire brigade. It also has integrated SA-19 sections with each MIBIN for close protection. The 801st Field Artillery Battalion is positioned north of the airfield and can range the entire AO to include support for the 801st Recon Company in the south. The fighter aircraft company directly supporting the 801st are positioned to the north of the international boundary at the Mozdok airfield and can easily scramble into the AO between 5 and 10 minutes. The attack aviation company directly supporting the 801st are positioned forward at the Beslan airfield. Again, this is 4 times Mi-24s. They can be in the air in about 5 minutes and be on location in about 10. And finally, as briefed previously, the 801st has an attached airborne infantry company that was used to seize the Beslan airfield previously. It'll continue that task by providing security and local defense for the 801st. For friendly forces, our composition includes an air squadron of F-18s, F-16s, and A-10s. We have an attached attack aviation company with AH-64s and combat search and rescue UH-1s. The bulk of our ground combat power comes from a combined arms battalion that consists of platoons of M1A2s, M2s, Stryker MGSs, ATGMs, as well as artillery in the form of 155mm and 120mm mortars. We also have an attached rifle battalion from the Atropian army. This is the first unit to be reformed after the Donovian attack. This unit is incredibly important to us. They will be the decisive op to seize the Beslan airfield. And finally, although not attached, they are directly supporting us in the AO. We have a Special Forces AOB that includes 4 teams of JTACs, which are conducting special reconnaissance in the AO. They will directly support us for Phase 1 and 2 identifying high-value targets. For Friendly Forces concept of the operation, our mission and purpose is to attack to seize the Beslan airfield, designated Objective Dragon, no later than 29 December, to enable the Atropian army to rapidly restore the international boundary between Atropia and Donovia. Our 2 key tasks here is 1, destroy the 801st Mechanized Brigade, and 2, seize the Beslan airfield to support a re-established international boundary. The end state, friendly forces are able to retain combat power to continue offensive operations if necessary. The 801st is unable to retain key terrain or carry on offensive operations in Atropia. Number 3, the Beslan airfield is in Atropian possession, and Atropian forces are able to restore the international boundary. And finally, minimal collateral damage or impact to the Atropian way of life. This is a 4-phased operation. Phase 1 is our siege strike against the 801st Air Defense Battalion. This includes our composite air group conducting attacks to suppress air defense assets of the 801st, which will enable attack aviation in Phase 2. Phase 2 is our air attack against Donovian Mibbins of the 801st. During this phase, elements of our composite air group as well as attack aviation company will attack Mibbins just to the south of Objective Dragon. The goal here is to destroy 2 Mibbins as well as the reconnaissance company to set conditions for our first ground attack during Phase 3. Phase 3 is the first portion of our ground attack. It'll be led by our Combined Arms Battalion along Axis Bulldog. They'll attack to destroy any remaining Donovian ground combat power to set conditions for our Atropian Rifle Battalion to seize Objective Dragon. And finally, Phase 4 is when our Atropian attached Rifle Battalion attacks to seize Objective Dragon. Once Objective Dragon is seized, we'll prepare to pass the 346th Mechanized Brigade, which is an Atropian brigade that will continue the attack north to seize critical border crossings along the international boundary. Command and signal for this operation. So as briefed, this is a 4-day mission that starts on the 26th and runs through the 29th. Each mission starts at 2300 GMT or 1800 US Eastern Standard Time. As you can see here, our first mission is a seed mission in DCS. The host, leader, and the comms plan are all posted as read. Mission 2 is the 27th of December at 2300. This is an air attack in DCS. Mission 3 is on Wednesday the 28th. This is a ground attack using Steel Beasts. And Mission 4 is on the 29th. This is a ground attack using a game called Easy Red 2. Each day we'll start with a quick update from the CJTF situation like I'm briefing now. We'll talk about the previous day's action. We'll talk about operational combat power, what's remaining on the board for red and blue. I'll put my Game Master hat on as well as my High Con hat on, and we'll talk about what's going on in the actual scenario so that all the players have a good understanding of the higher level picture. I'll then turn it over to the mission leader for that day, and they'll give their tactical mission portion so we all have a good idea of what the tasks are for that day. If you have any questions, come on down to the TankSim Discord. The link is in the description if you don't have it. Appreciate everyone's support so far in this. We'll kick the first mission off tomorrow, the 26th. Really looking forward to it. This should be a good event. Hope to see you there. Thanks.